Hello, welcome to lesson 5 of University Administration Portal with Clean Architecture, Microservices and Blazor. I am Benjamin Fadina. In this lesson, we are going to speed up things by creating all layers of Student Management Microservice using Wrapt. So if you go to wrapt.dev, that's the tutorial, the website for Wrapt. So you can click on Get Started and you see how to install Wrapt. And then you can also go through the tutorial. Well, when you are working with Wrapt, the first thing you need to do is to create a YAML file. So here I've created a YAML file and I've specified the domain name as UniversityAdministrationPortal. Then I have bounded contexts. So inside bounded context, I have a project called Student Management that will run on port 5001. Then I have the DbContext, the provider for the DbContext, the SQL server. So I have entities like student, and we have AddRecord, GetRecord, GetList, UpdateRecord, DeleteRecord. Then we have properties for the student entity and the data type. Then also we have relationships. Then we have a name, another property called StudentContactInformation, and the relationship is one-to-many. ForeignEntityName is StudentContactInformation. We also have another one-to-many relationship for StudentNextOfKins. So, and so on and so forth. So now, the next thing I'm going to do is so I'm going to open my downloads folder. I'll go to working folder. So let me go to this folder. So I'm going to create a new folder. Okay, I have this University Administration project now. So let me go to this folder. I'm going to create new folder. So I'm going to call this Student Management Microservice Wrapt. Let me copy the path for Student Management Microservice Wrapt. So now this YAML file that I've created, I'm going to save it inside that new folder. So I'll click on File. I'm going to click on Save As. So I open University Portal ebook. Then I go to the newly created folder. So I'm going to call this Student MGT.YAML. So I'll click Save. Now, after saving, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the folder where I created the YAML file. I'll right click on student mgt.yaml. I'll go to properties, I'll click on security tab, then I'm going to copy the object name, the full object name. Now after copying the full object name, the next thing is I'm going to open a command prompt in this current folder that I'm in. So I type cmd, I press enter. So the next thing I'm going to type is I'm going to type this command, craftsman new domain. Then I'm going to paste the full object name of the YAML file that I created. Then I'm going to press enter. So it tells me your template file was passed successfully. So it tells me building student management projects. So it tells me file scaffolding for student management was successful. So it says running student management database migrations. Oh, it says my path is too long. Okay, let's start the process again since my path is too long. Let's go to my working folder. So let's create a new folder. Let's call it Student Management Microservice Wrapt. So now let's go to this place. Let's copy the YAML file that we created before. Let's go back to working folder. Let's paste it inside Student Management Microservice Wrapt. Let me open this with Sublime Text. Okay, I'll choose another app. Okay. Whichever one. Anyway, I've copied it. So now let me open this folder in command prompt. So after opening the folder in command prompt, let me go to properties, go to security. I'm going to copy the full object name. So I'm going to say craftsman new domain. So I get your template file was passed successfully again. Building student management projects. So running student management database migrations. Migrations timed out and we need to be run manually. Thanks. your domain is ready, build something amazing. Thanks for using Craftsman. If it's been helpful, consider showing your support for OSS or having your company client chip in. Every contribution helps. So let's give Paul DeVito a yes. So please head up to this GitHub URL and become a sponsor to Paul DeVito. So now that we are done with this, let's close this. Let's go to our folder. So we now have a project that has been generated, a solution rather that has been generated. So let's open the solution file with Visual Studio. So we right click and click open. So project is open. I'll expand student management folder. I'm going to solve the issue with package vulnerabilities later, but for now let's open SRC folder. This is what we have for tests. Let's right click on student management. Now I'm going to say set as startup project, and then after doing that I'm going to expand the project. I'm going to open app settings.development.json. For now I'm going to alter my data source to be localhost. I'm going to change the database name to dev_studentmanagement_MOIC. I'm going to change the password to the password of the default instance of the SQL server installed on my machine. Then I'm going to save. Also, one of the things I'm going to do is to ensure that after entering the password, I trust server certificate. So I'm going to enter trust server certificate is equal to true. Now, having done that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build my solution first. So I'm going to go to build solution. As you can see, solution has been built successfully. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to tools. I'm going to say go to NuGet package manager console. So I'm going to type this command. Okay, before I type the command, I'm going to make sure that my default project is set to student management. I'm going to say add-migration generate DB. Then I press enter. Now after the migration file has been created, I'm still going to do one more thing. I'm going to select all referential action.cascade. I'm going to say edit, quick find and replace, quick replace. I'm going to change referential cascade to referential action.cascade to referential action.no action, and I'm doing this in the current document, so I'm going to say replace all. I'm going to say save all. So after doing that, I'm going to go back to tools. So I'm going to go back to tools, NuGet package manager console. So I'm going to say update database. Then I press enter. So the database has been created. I'm connected to my SQL server. Let me right click on databases and I click refresh. So here is the database. Here we have all the tables, the database tables created. So the next thing I'm going to do is to run the microservice for the first time. I'll click on play development button. So our microservice has started for the first time. So let's test it with genders. So let's do a post. So let's click on try it out. So let's enter email in the request body. Let's click execute. What's going on? This is what's happening here. So the response, new gender created, this is the ID. Let's create another gender, call me. So that's that. If you are a skeptic, still go to the database table to select top 1000 rows. So that is that. Before I go, let's look at the structure of the the Student Management Microservice. So we have the student management folder, we have a shared kernel, then in the student management folder we have the source project and the test. In the source projects, so we have folders for domain. For example, let's click on Student Microservice. When you click on Student Microservices, you have domain events, you have DTOs, you have student DTO, student for creation DTO, student for update DTO, you have parameters, you have features, add student, delete student, get student list. Then you have mappings as well. Let's look at the student mapper. Then under models, you have student for creation, student for update. Then under services, you have student repository. Then there is the generic repository. Let's look at what we have in the generic repository. So in the generic repository, let's go to iGeneric repository. So these are the methods specified by the contract called iGeneric repository. So then you have the abstract class generic repository as well. Also, is add student. And then we have the controllers. Let's open student controller. So this getting a list of students. Alright, thank you for watching.